Welcome to IB Worldwide Academy's physics lesson. We are preparing for the upcoming physics paper 2 exams for the GCSE. So in the previous video, we have seen what it meant by momentum is conserved. Now we are going to discuss the second part of the question, which states that immediately after the collision, the two players, which means the player 1 and player 2, so we know they are moving towards each other, and the question is saying that after the collision, two players move together to the right. That means in this direction. Then you have to calculate the velocity of the two players immediately after the collision. So while solving this one, what we can do, we can start writing it that following the law of conservation of momentum, we can write, so conservation of momentum. Now we can write that what is the total momentum before the collision. So how can we calculate that? So the total momentum is going to be the momentum of player 1 which is m1 multiplied by v1. You need to be very careful about the units have been provided. If the proper units are not there, then you need to convert the unit and then you need to go ahead to solve this. And the momentum of player 2. So which is going to be m2 into v2. So this is my total momentum before collision. Okay. So now we can calculate it. So set 78 multiplied by 7.5 for player 1, and or maybe we can say player A as mentioned, and then for player B it will be 91 multiplied by minus 5.5. Okay, and then you need to add this one. So if we are going to do that, then we are finding 8. So 78 multiplied by 7.5, it will give you plus 585. And here we are going to get 91 multiplied by 5.5. So it will be minus 500.5. Okay. So now as we have these two, so now we need to add these two to get the total momentum before collision. So how much we are going to get then? So we are going to get 585 minus 500.5. So which is going to give us, so 585 minus 500.5. So we are going to get 84.5. Okay. Now this is our total momentum before collision. As we are following the law of conservation of momentum, so we know the momentum will remain same after the collision. So what we have to calculate here? So we have to calculate the velocity. So let us assume that the final velocity after collision is v. So what we'll be now doing is, what will be our final momentum after the collision? It will be v multiplied m1 plus m2, which will be equal to the momentum which we calculated before the collision, which is 84.5. Now v's are known, but we know the m1 and m2. So v will be multiplied with 78 plus 91, which is in kg, which is equal to 84.5. Okay. So now we can easily calculate the value of the V, and it will give us a value. So V is equal to 84.5 divided by, so it's 78 plus 91, which is your 169. So 84.5 divided by 169. Remember this 84.5, this is the momentum, and which is in kg meter per second. This is kg meter per second, and this is your kg. So you will get the velocity obviously in meter per second. So it's going to be, so we are getting the value of 0.5 meter per second. So after the collision, the velocity of two players will be 0.5 meter per second. You need to do it stepwise. It's very easy. Just you need to remember the law of conservation of momentum, break it in the steps, and things will be much sorted for you. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned.